I'm gonna be doing these in my, my little small cast iron skillet. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do them in this. You guys gonna probably put them on a baking sheet, right? And that'll be these tater tots. So we got tater tots going inside of this. We're gonna sprinkle some, this is just already ready-made, this is a Mexican blend of shredded cheese. Of course, we gotta have, we gotta have some bacon, because we said they loaded, so you gotta sprinkle that bacon on there. And then right here, I got a package, right? This is a package of that Hidden Valley. Listen, Hidden Valley, these are for your dips, right? So this is your chive and onion, and that'll go on your sour cream. Now, that'll be like the easy way. Now, when you wanna make it and go over the top, this is what we're gonna do. Now, you see this right here? This that block cheese. This melts much better. We're gonna make a cheese sauce. Then right here, you see I got some diced onions. These diced onions right here, I'm gonna use these because we're gonna saute these down. We're gonna sprinkle these over the top. And then instead of putting these in the oven, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna show you right now, I got my deep fryer. I'm gonna go ahead and deep fry them and get that nice, that real crisp on them and go from there. Listen, and then we're gonna go ahead, chop some of these up. And look how healthy these are. I gotta say heads up to my local market right here, man, because they have some nice green onions. Anyway, I'm gonna chop these up and we're gonna put them on top and then we're gonna decorate them. Super easy, it's up to you. If you wanna go over the top and just make them like super delicious, we're gonna go ahead and make everything with the cheese sauce. If not, we're gonna melt the cheese. Enough said, let's get it. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of these in my tray, in my skillet. Now I know they're supposed to be flat, but this is the way I'm gonna do them like this. Halfway through them, I'm gonna go ahead and just flip them and rotate them. Now you wanna follow the instructions that's on your bag. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven. I got it already preheated and ready to go. We're gonna get these started first. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
Now here, I'm just counting out, I started off with just like 6 slices. Now it's up to you. You can cut them how you want to. If you cut them big, don't forget, you're making them like bits, so you can always break them, at the end. But these are the size that I like. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm setting on medium high. Hit start. What I want to do is once it's come up to heat, to temp, then we're just gonna put our bacon in here. Then we're gonna get that going, right? Then we're gonna set it aside, and then we're gonna go ahead and start shredding we're gonna start shredding some of that cheese. Okay, it's up to temp. Listen, I didn't put no oil in here because obviously we doing bacon, right? So listen, it's gonna render down enough fat and this is gonna get us started. Okay, meanwhile, listen, we're gonna multitask. So we got our bacon. It's working and rendering down right. Leaving a lot of fat in there because we gotta put these onions in there. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna let these just keep working. I'm gonna leave them alone so they can cook. Let's just make sure we got most of them flat, right? Now, we'll set this off to the side. Now is our time. It's time to shred. Now, I don't know if you guys have been following me for a minute and you've seen some of my past videos. I talk about shredded cheese. Fresh shredded cheese melts best. So we're just gonna go and we're just gonna start. I'm not gonna bore you guys. You know how to shred cheese. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get a lot and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay. We done there, right? So I'm gonna set this off to the side. Now we're gonna go ahead and start, getting our garnish together. Now I know I said garnish, but listen, it actually has a good onion taste to it also. And then listen, you can do the tops of the green onions, and you can do the white also. Now you guys see these, right? This is where I like them right here. A little bit on the soft side. You know what? They're gonna continue to cook. Even though we take them out of here and off of this heat, they're just gonna like crisp up just a little bit more. But this is good. I don't like them too crispy. This is just the way I like them. They're gonna end up being perfect. Now, go ahead, get yourself a bowl, take those out. And when you take them out, you wanna make sure you got some kind of, paper just to absorb some of the grease that's in there, right? So we got that ready. Now what you wanna do is get yourself like a slotted spoon, something like that, so that you can drain some of the grease, or you can use a pair of tongs. And that there is the fire. Okay, so now I'm bringing my bacon grease, right? I'm bringing that back up to temp, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna put these inside and we're gonna saute these. Then when we're done with that, once I get these going, then I'm gonna go ahead and get my sour cream ready. Everything should be coming out of the oven, and then we're gonna start deep frying and we're gonna go from there. All right, here we go. Let's move them around, get everything coated. And then we're gonna let this take its, do its thing. Medium-high heat, you guys. And be careful not to stir it so tough, that way you won't be pushing none outside of your pan. So, just like you see here, and we're gonna let that start to render down. All right, I'm gonna set this off to the side. Now, look, no real measurement, just whatever you get out. You see this? This is the tablespoon, but this is a little bit more than a tablespoon. I'm gonna take out, we'll just say three heaping tablespoons, right? We'll just start there. Now I showed you guys this package. You could use this packet, just put like a teaspoon in there, mix it, and you make this to your liking, right? But for me, I got so much ranch, you know what I mean? We eating so many salads around here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of tablespoons of ranch dressing inside of my sour cream. So we'll just add it like this. All right, we'll start there. And then what we do is we'll mix it up, we'll taste it, and then we'll move forward. Get yourself a whisk, or you can do it old school way, and you can go ahead and use the fork. Now, once you got everything mixed up, right, you want to taste it. And if you need to add a little bit more ranch or vice versa, now's the time. And then just go ahead and remix it, and then you're done with that. And for me, I like to put a little green onion in there and just mix it up. And this right here is done. So we'll set that off to the side, move this over, bring this back in. Now, when it comes to like grilling your onions, it's up to you how far down you want to go. If you want them to be more on the darker side, all you got to do is let them continue to cook. Don't let them dry out, you know what I mean? And they'll just start getting darker on you. Now, don't forget, I'm using an induction top, right? So the heating element is right here. So when using one of these, you keep everything towards the center. Listen, this is where the heat comes and it has to spread over. So anything that's over here on the edge, like what you're seeing right now, it doesn't get the full effect of the heat. So I like to keep it moving, give everybody a chance to be in the center, and we just let it cook. I'm probably only gonna go about another 3 more minutes maybe. And then after that, we're gonna put this in a bowl, and then we're gonna start to deep fry our tots. Now you guys can do it either way. Oven is good, because that's what they made for, to go right in the oven. But for me, I'm gonna show you that way, and I'm gonna show you the deep fried way. Okay, this is far down as I'm going with my my onions. I'm liking this right here. Let's just go ahead and get these ready, and I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. Now, my timer just went off. Look, my tots that came out the oven, they ready. Those are nice. Now remember, this is the easy version, right? So most of us have like, I'll say shredded cheese, like in our refrigerator, right? So we just like sprinkle that on there, and while it's hot, it'll start to melt. Then I come with the bacon bits, and then then our sour cream mix. Listen, I want to say this right now. Listen, there's no wrong way or right way to put these together. You put these, you assemble yours the way you want to. It's just a, fact that you got it, and it's almost like a loaded baked potato, except for we using tots. And then out here in California, they got a place, and they call them dino eggs. Hey, so with that being said, check that out. That's the easy version. Tell me what you think. Okay, so now I'm set up to go ahead and start my cheese sauce, right? So let me go ahead and bring this up to temp. As this comes up to temp, I'm gonna go ahead and just show you the ingredients. We're gonna hit it with 2 tablespoons. This is just all-purpose flour. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put some 2 tablespoons of butter. Now here's the thing, listen, we already gonna sprinkle, right? We already gonna sprinkle some bacon, so why not just use 2 tablespoons if you guys have been saving your bacon fat, and just go with the bacon fat and this. But if not, you can go ahead and use butter. Now, what you wanna do is, once it's come up to there, we're gonna go ahead, get this going, and get it cooked down so we can get rid of that raw taste. Then we're gonna add some of that fresh cheese. That's this right here. So let's get it started. Now, what you do is you start melting your butter, right? You let once your butter starts to melt, go ahead and start to introduce some of your flour. Then you want to keep that whisk moving and cook some of that flour taste, that raw flour taste out. And then you start adding your milk. Now remember, if you're looking at this and you've been following me for a minute, this is just like making a roux, right? That's exactly what this is, except this is just a cheese sauce. So you start putting a little cheese in a little bit at a time, and you'll watch it start to thicken up. Now, if it thickens up too much, all you gotta do is, you saw what I did right there, just add yourself a little milk and keep that whisk moving until you get the consistency that you are looking for. Now, Take a look at this consistency right here. It's up to you. If you guys want it to be even thicker, you can do that too. But this is right here is what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna show you before I even add some salt. This right here is why the mac and cheese tastes so good. If you guys made it, it's all in this sauce right here. And this right here, let me bring it so you guys can see. You gotta get yourself some. I'll put the information on the screen so you guys can use the see the website. And listen, it got a 10% discount code. That'll be the AB10. You guys gotta try it. Listen, ain't no try, it's a must. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle a little bit in here. Now you saw that I only put a little bit in, right? You always want to put a little bit of anything when you're cooking, because you can always add more. And because of the Sweet Smoky Joe's is like super light on the sodium, I sprinkled just a little bit of, you know, a pinch or two of salt in there just to get the taste. You know what I mean? Just to like waken it up. Then once you taste it, look at that consistency right there. Now, go ahead, drop your, you know, your tots, or if you multitasking, however you're doing it, get your tots ready, right? Get them. Once they done, listen, you put them on a plate, and now it's time to do our thing. Now that right there, listen, that's that pulled pork. If you guys just watched the video that I just released on barbecue pulled pork, that's some of the leftover pulled pork that I had. So listen, I put that on top of the tots. You guys can use any type of meat you want. Go ahead and hit it with your, you know, your creamy cheese sauce. And that right there is them grilled onions. Now, you make your onions again the way you like them. It doesn't make a difference. If you want to go dark, you can do that too. Now, just assemble it, just like, you know, however you want to, whatever side you want to put on there. You know, you can come with the bacon bits. There is no order. I promise you guys, I just really want to just like kick back and just like look at this piece of artwork, you know, being made. Hey, that right there is fire, y'all. So you can see it, decorate it however you want to, or your presentation. Let's go ahead and use the correct words. But other than